Hello and welcome to my historical recipes. I'm doing desserts very rarely because I myself am not a big fan of sugary stuff, but today we are going to do a dessert that is a Punic porridge, and ironically this recipe was transmitted by Cato the Elder. That's the guy that said in the end of every of his speeches, Carthage should be destroyed. Carthage was the capital of the Punians at the time. So he basically wrote down a recipe of one of his enemies' dishes. Now, what do we need for this recipe? We have here pearl spelt, which is also sometimes called farro, which is simply Italian for spelt, but important is that it's not the whole spelt, but pearl spelt. This is like 3/4 of a cup, which is like 160 grams. Now we have 1/2 pound of ricotta cheese, 1 egg, honey, a pinch of salt we will need, and water. And the first step is fairly easy because we put that spelt into a small cooking pot and we cover it with some water because now it needs to soak for a couple of hours. Now about the quantities. The quantity that Cato the Elder gave, of course, is much more, but us being a small family, I reduced the quantity. So if you want to do more, you just multiply to whatever quantity you need. Okay, now we just wait a couple of hours. Okay, after the pearl spelt has soaked, I quickly bring it to a boil on low temperature. I add a little pinch of salt. The salt is actually not mentioned in Cato's recipe, but I think it needs a pinch of salt. And on low temperature, I leave it to boil for 20 minutes. Yeah, now that the pearl spelt has boiled, we mix 1 egg with the ricotta cheese, I add the honey. I put, well, about that amount. It depends how much of a sweet tooth you have. Cato the Elder actually puts in a good amount of honey, the same as the spelt. I have a little less here. And now we add this to the still hot and slightly simmering spelt. And we stir and stir and stir. It should heat, but it shouldn't really boil because we don't want lumps of egg, but we want it to be a little, well, pudding kind of. Okay, that's it. Voila. I can drizzle it with a little more honey. So, Punic porridge according to Cato the Elder. And this can now be eaten either hot or warm or cold. I'll give it a try. It's really nice. Actually, I could really imagine that for a breakfast on a cold day. Fantastic. Or on a hot day as a dessert, I guess.